Alright, so for today's video, I want to talk about the problem with guest characters in Mortal Kombat. More specifically, Mortal Kombat 1. Because if you guys have been keeping up with my recent videos talking about Mortal Kombat 1, I actually have kind of been enjoying the game, and I do think there's a lot of potential for this game. It's unfortunate that it seems like it's getting cut off from future content right when I was kind of getting into it, but I do think if they were to keep on adding to this game, it could end up being one of the best Mortal Kombat games in the franchise. But yeah, with this game, as with every other Mortal Kombat game, they like to add a lot of guest characters, sometimes more so than their actual characters, and I think that's one of the things that has definitely pissed me off, and I think a few of the others in the Mortal Kombat NetherRealm fan base community space. It's just like, you know, I remember MKX times where they were adding DLC to the game, and you know, we were getting all these like horror movie characters, which at the time was pretty cool, right? I mean, we got Jason, we got Alien and Predator, like that was really cool. Although it was kind of weird how we got Freddy Krueger in MK9 and then we got Jason in MKX, but we couldn't get them both in the same game. Don't know why that is, although I've had friends tell me that Jason Voorhees is actually really hard to get the rights for some reason. I don't know. I don't really know, but then there was also this thing where Ed Boon said that he wouldn't add DLC for characters twice in Mortal Kombat, but I guess that was a lie because I think Rain ended up being DLC in MK9 and in another game. Either way, I think it would have been cool to have Jason and Freddy in the same game because we got Alien vs Predator in the same game, so you know, that would have been kind of cool. But I digress. NetherRealm always adds a lot of guest characters, and it felt weird when they were adding a ton of guest characters to MKX, and it felt like we were barely getting any Mortal Kombat characters for a already kind of lacking roster. Well, there was a lot of things wrong with MKX, so I don't think the roster would have been enough to fix that game for me personally. But yeah, let's just take a look back at all the DLC characters from the previous MK games, starting with MK9, right? MK9, you had Kratos on the PS3, and you had Freddy Krueger. MKX, you had Jason, Alien, Predator. I think Leatherface was in there too. MK11, you had Terminator, Spawn, RoboCop, Rambo, Joker. It's like, I want to say they had a theme going on with MKX with like horror, and then MK11, I guess like sci-fi movies, but I don't know. It felt a little weird with Rambo and then the Joker. Like, I don't know, man. It just, to me, it gets to a point where it feels out of place. Like, a lot of these characters are just kind of throwing in there because they can, but not because they really fit or because they fit the realm of Mortal Kombat. I mean, I thought Spawn was a pretty good fit, but I also feel like he probably would have just fit Injustice more. And Joker just really didn't make any sense. But I heard that apparently they were supposed to have Ash from Evil Dead and they couldn't get him, so they just put Joker in there. But it just doesn't feel right to me. Like, I don't know, it feels like they're trying less and less to differentiate Injustice from Mortal Kombat. And then on top of that, we move on to MK1 now, which has even more characters that feel like they belong in Injustice, like Omni-Man and Homelander. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. Oh, but they, you know, have a lot of gore in their shows, so of course they're gonna fit MK better. But no, like, just because they have gore in their shows and they're like savage and not, you know, technically superheroes, I don't think that means they fit MK more. I mean, there's plenty of people out there that would love to see Superman fight Homelander or Superman fight Omni-Man. Nobody in their right mind, nobody gives a fuck about Scorpion versus Homelander or Sub-Zero versus Omni-Man. Nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares. Nobody wants these characters to be in the realm of Mortal Kombat. Again, I get the whole gore aspect, but to me, like, that's to say that there's not a character in the DC universe in Injustice that is capable of doing fucked up shit and dark shit and gory things, you know? And also, if you are to say that, then why is the Joker in MK11? You see what I'm like? You can't argue that Omni-Man and Homelander can't fit in Injustice and then argue that the Joker can fit in MK. Like, it doesn't work. You can't be a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? So to me, Omni-Man and Homelander, they're clearly superheroes, you know, like they have the cape, they got the whole suit and everything. They just fit more in a world of superheroes than they do in a world of Mortal Kombat, in my opinion. If they were to keep Injustice 3 rated T for teen, yeah, they might have to tone down the gore or, you know, make it not as visibly shown with all the blood and stuff. To me, that's fine, you know, like it doesn't really matter that, like, it's not gonna, like, you'll get over it, bro. Like, it's not that big a deal. I think it still just feels more like they belong there than they do in Mortal Kombat. But anyway, that's kind of not the point of this video. It's just kind of a tangent that I've always had in my mind. But yeah, like the other characters we got for MK1, well, we also got Conan the Barbarian. Nobody fucking cares. Another Terminator that's not Arnold for whatever reason, and Ghostface, which Ghostface is actually pretty cool. I'm glad that he's in MK, to be honest. I think Ghostface is really fucking cool. So I'm definitely glad to see him, but every other character, I'm not gonna lie, this recent season pass of DLC, the Chaos Reigns expansion, is kind of ass. It's actually just so bad. I don't get why they changed Cyrax and Sector. They added 3 guest characters. So basically all the characters are just garbage except Noob and Ghostface. And like when I saw that trailer, I was like, man, I was so underwhelmed. I was so disappointed. I was like, okay, you know, at first I'm like, oh, new Mortal Kombat DLC. I'm hyped. Let's see if they add some characters I actually want to play. No characters I want to play. So it sucks, right? But here's the thing. The main problem with DLC guest characters with Mortal Kombat specifically, right, is notice all the characters that I just named. Every single guest character has one issue that I think really holds back the potential for basically any guest character making it into the Mortal Kombat franchise. Can you guess what that is based on all the clues and evidence I've left? That's right, you guessed it. No female characters. I know, it was right there the whole time. It was so obvious, but you didn't realize it until now, did you? No, but like, here's the thing. What really bothers me is we just got a Tomb Raider anime on Netflix. And bro, I'ma be real, Lara Croft in that anime was going crazy, piecing up these fools with her weapons. It was bloody, it was great, and the whole time I'm thinking, damn, this shit just dropped? Imagine her being announced as the next character in Mortal Kombat. Imagine, bro. Like the whole time I'm watching her in the anime and then her doing all this crazy shit, killing people, I'm like, bro, we need her in a fighting game. We need her in a fighting game, bro. Like, please make it happen. And to be honest, if it were to happen, I think she would fit best in Mortal Kombat. Not only that, but Mortal Kombat 1 specifically, where the game actually looks great. It looks gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? Don't put her in Injustice 1. Don't do that. Don't put her in Injustice. Don't put her in the previous MKX. Put her in Mortal Kombat 1. The game looks good. The characters look great. The graphics look great. She would look great in the game. And also, I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard rumors that Square Enix kind of like left Crystal Dynamics to fend for themselves with that character and with Tomb Raider in general. So that's why we've gotten a lot of collabs with Lara Croft and the Tomb Raider series as a whole. So you see her in like Dead by Daylight now, you see her in Brawlhalla, you see her in all these different things because they're trying to make their money back because they lost a bunch of money, I guess, with Tomb Raider in the series. So they're really trying to just get back up on their feet now. And to me, that just seems like all the more reason to have her in Mortal Kombat as a guest character. Why do we not have Lara Croft in Mortal Kombat. It doesn't make sense. Like, that is just such a missed opportunity, bro. Like, it really is. It would be amazing to have her as a guest character. Like, that is just the biggest fumble NetherRealm has ever had. But they never choose female guest characters. I was also thinking of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like, that would be kind of sick. But again, no female guest characters. No, we can't have those in our Mortal Kombat game. It sucks, man. It sucks because I feel like a lot of the guest characters they end up picking kind of feel out of place. You know, like I was saying with Omni-Man and Homelander, just kind of feel more like superheroes, or they should be in a superhero setting. And then with MK11, you had like Spawn, but then you had RoboCop, and then you had Joker. And it's like, yeah, MKX maybe had a theme, but MK11, I don't really see it. You know what I'm saying? And MK1 definitely don't see it at all. But it is unfortunate because I do feel like there's a ton of female guest characters that we could have that, you know, we just will probably never get because for whatever reason, Mortal Kombat does not want female guest characters in their games. So yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It just makes me sad to see that Mortal Kombat will never have some of these potential characters in their games because for whatever reason, they neglect to choose female characters as guest characters. And it's kind of weird because it's like, bro, I feel like sometimes they already neglect the characters that are female that they have, you know, like, why is it that we always have to choose certain female characters that we get between each game? Right? Like MK9 was great because we had Scarlet, we had Melina, Sonya, Jade, Katana, Sindel. You know, we had them kind of all together and that was beautiful. But then MKX comes and there's no Jade to be found. There's no Scarlet to be found. We got Tanya. That's cool. Sindel was in the game, but not playable. We had Serena and Lee May in the story, but not playable. And it's like, okay. And then move on to MK11, right? Jade is back. Katana's back. Scarlet's back. Hooray! Melina's nowhere to be found. Sindel's nowhere to be found. Until DLC. Because so many people complained about Melina not being in the game that they realized they had to add her. And I'm one of those people that is full on Melina Nation. Because bro, why in the fuck is NetherRealm trying to act like now that Melina wasn't a mainstay? Like bro, Melina been a mainstay. Like y'all trying to act like, oh, we can just not have this character in the game. No, and especially after what they did, after how dirty they did her in MKX. Oh no. And then you want to bring Devora bitch ass back? Oh no. No. But yeah, it just kind of sucks seeing the pictures of both DLC combat packs 1 and 2. And there's just so many guys in the roster, in the lineup. Like I'm gonna show pictures on the screen of both combat packs. And yeah, I mean, some of the guy characters are really cool. Like, you know, Quan Chi, Ermac, those are legacy Mortal Kombat characters. And I actually am a huge fan of the boys. I love the boys, so yeah, Homelander is cool. Omni-Man's pretty cool. And dang, I actually kind of forgot about Peacemaker. Oh my God, Peacemaker is here. And Peacemaker is literally a DC character. That just further proves my point that some of these characters belong in Injustice. I mean, I'm not gonna harp on it anymore, but I'm just saying, like, Peacemaker is literally from the DC universe. Like, what is he doing here? Just make Injustice 3 already, damn. But anyway, like, I don't know, just looking at both of these combat packs, it just, I don't know, I really wish there was some female presence or some female characters like here. And the only ones we really got were Sector and Cyrax, which they just kind of changed to be females. You still don't really get the femme fatale energy, which I feel like a lot of the female characters from Mortal Kombat have. So it kind of feels like a cheat almost. Like it doesn't feel like we're really getting female characters because they stay in the suit anyway. Like they're basically just cyborgs, you know. They don't really, I don't know. Maybe it's just a complaint that no one else cares about, but I just feel like, you know, it's an issue for me to have so many guest characters take up the slots of legacy characters from Mortal Kombat that I wish we would get in the roster, like Cabal, Nightwolf, Jax, Sonya, Scarlet, Jade, you know, the list goes on. So having having a bunch of guest characters appear as DLC already kind of, you know, puts a sour taste in my mouth because they're taking up slots of legacy characters that I really want. But I think I would be more okay with it if we were to get some female guest characters. And I know there's a lot of female guest characters out there that I think would totally fit Mortal Kombat. I mentioned Lara Croft, and I mentioned Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but there's also some other ones, like that one girl from Blood Rain, the video game series. I think she would fit pretty well. If we're talking movie characters, there's a ton of badass women that aren't afraid to get bloody. There's like the girl from Underworld, the girl from Ultraviolet. You know, if you want to talk anime, there's also a lot of potential there. Anime, probably the most abundant source of badass female characters that fight off damn near anything and shit gets bloody, shit goes down. Like, oh man, I don't know if they'll ever bring an anime character into a Mortal Kombat game, but I mean, the potential is most certainly there. So yeah, I mean, there's so much potential out there that it kind of makes me upset that we haven't gotten a female guest character. Or if we have, I could be just completely forgetting, but I don't think we've ever gotten one. Maybe I'm just completely missing something, but I don't think I've ever seen a female guest character in a Mortal Kombat game. And that's what kind of makes me upset, is I really do think I'd be more okay with legacy character slots being taken up by guest characters if we actually got some female guest characters. But even so, it just feels like we got so many male characters like in the base roster, and then all the DLC we basically just gotten male characters. And it's just like, you know, what about the female characters? Like, what about the ladies, you know? Like, I just think a lot of the female Mortal Kombat characters are really, really cool, and they don't get shown enough love sometimes. And it's just, you know, it's kind of bizarre that we can't even get guest characters that are female in Mortal Kombat for some reason. I don't know. It just makes me upset. It's yet another issue to the long list of problems that NetherRealm continues to make with the Mortal Kombat franchise. I don't know. It feels like NetherRealm makes the weirdest decisions sometimes with their characters, their roster, their guest characters. Yeah, mainly they're the female characters, man. Like, I don't know. It feels like we always have to get a few of them now. We can't just get all the important ones together like how we used to get in MK9 and some of the previous games like Armageddon, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It just feels weird. Like, I don't know. But yeah, that on top of not getting any female guest characters, it sucks. It's really dumb and I hate it. So I just wanted to ramble about it for this video. But if you guys agree with me or disagree, please let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Would you like to see a female guest character make an appearance in a Mortal Kombat game? Or do you think it's fine the way things are now? Let me know in the comments below. Please leave a like on the video and subscribe while you're at it. That would help me out a ton. We talk about fighting games over here on this channel. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you all in the next one.